May of 2026. Y'all make sure y'all give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if y'all enjoy the content. I will have a donations link in the description box below. So here I am back reading tarot cards again. What's the current energy for energy reading? All right, so we have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom, Ace of Cups reverse, the Hierophant, Taurus energy, Two of Swords reverse, Nine of Cups reverse, Queen of Wands reverse. Oh, there's crooked authority figures that's about to be placed on arrest, what it looks like. Uh-huh. This is all connected to a smear campaign. There's also multiple inappropriate misconduct, sexual misconduct that has been looked into while these individuals are on duty. There's a whore being confronted, what it looks like. I'm going to just tell it like it is. There's a whore being confronted. This King of Swords, there's several of them that's arresting these individuals. There's a whore being arrested, what it looks like. There's something being looked into in regards to a lot of explicit behavior. This right here could be the male phallic. And you have this individual right here with their hand around that wine. This is multiple sex crimes that has been discovered. All these individuals are actually being caught to be screwing this individual for promotion. All these individuals that's been engaging in this misconduct with this Queen of Wands reverse has been seen to be engaging in some type of mob. There's something very significant about external level intervention that is intervening. There's a hell of a lot of crimes here uncovered linked to this Queen of Wands reverse. And the King of Swords, there's several of these individuals that are arresting these individuals for engaging in inappropriate misconduct. Anybody that is on this Six of Wands reverse that's connected to a hate crime will be arrested. This is all about the Five of Swords reverse. Is all about things are getting out of control. This is beginning to spiral out of control. And the crimes that this King of Swords actually has is more than to execute a search warrant on these individuals. There's something related to finances. Something was recently caught and discovered as someone stealing some type of glass Like there's a cup here. There's a cup that could have been stolen. This is connected to someone, an innocent person being scandalized. That right there was actually recovered. These individuals are the ones that better watch it. There's multiple inappropriate misconduct being done with this whore up here, with this Queen of Wands reverse, and this King of Swords about to lock her ass up, and anybody else that's connected to her. There's something that's shifting involving external forces. And this look like to me, there's up to 5 to 6, 15 to 16 different people being arrested that's connected to some type of inappropriate sexual misconduct. That little bullshit ass promotion that these individuals are running for, that shit's getting stopped real quick. There's external forces plowing over this energy. Good. What's the closing message? What's the closing message? With that Five of Swords reverse, that's giving me the vibes of there's enough crimes uncovered in order to conduct not just a search warrant, but arrest. This is multiple individuals that has been engaging in sexual misconduct that's connected to a whore. The patient man, Pisces energy, Scorpio energy, death card reverse, Eight of Wands. I mean the Hangman card. I just reworded the cards whenever I made the bicycle deck. I turned that into tower cards. It's just I don't like some of the sayings on the cards. Page of Wands reverse, Six of Wands reverse again. Ten of Cups reverse, the Chariot Cancer energy. Look, Wheel of Fortune again. All right, so this is definitely external forces that are connected to some type of authority. This is all about rushing in. I'm not really getting there rushing in at a fast pace. It's more like just slowly approaching the situation. That's gonna bring a defeat to this hate group. Four of Cups, Queen of Wands reverse again. Three of Wands and the Ace of Wands reverse. Yeah, they're getting stopped. They're getting stopped. I'm also getting something that's coming out that could have been discovered. There's something that could be under review in regards to some type of suspension. Let's give me the vibes of suspension. Something suspended there. Hell, this could be detainment. These individuals gonna wish they never would have did this to someone because this is gonna bring a public disgrace on these individuals, and they're gonna feel like this ain't never gonna end with them failing and being embarrassed for what they have been doing to someone. There's external forces that would love to embarrass these pieces of shit for doing this to somebody. Because these individuals are hell bent on embarrassing an innocent person in regards to a bunch of lies, harassment, intimidation, bullying. These individuals think this is funny. You're gonna see whenever a FBI SWAT truck drives up to your residence and they're on the PA system, tell you to get your ass out your house. They ain't gonna say it like that. They're gonna announce their presence, what they're doing there. They have a warrant, step out the house. Because if you pay attention to the vehicle, that's all about armor, right? Cars don't look like that, bro, with all this steel, metal, etc. It's like there's a extreme armored energy here, and she's got armor on. Exactly. This was an armored vehicle. That could be the SWAT truck. Bro, this is multiple individuals being told that they're under arrest. They have a warrant for their arrest on a PA system. They need to come out their residence with a 10 cup traverse. This is somebody driving up in a truck. That's a SWAT truck. And they're announcing while they're there, and they're waiting. With the three of wands, they're waiting. And I'm seeing people come out their residence and just sit there. And the agents place them under arrest. And this right here is going to represent defeat. They will surrender to these. I'm getting they will surrender. They're going to know what the legitimate surrendering means, because this right here, this some punk ass shit on what has been discovered here. Apparently, this is all connected. Bro, Six of Wands reverse is coming up again. Whatever this is, bro, is very, very, very intense, extreme, and very, what's that saying? Volatile. Hey, y'all, hold on a minute. Train's coming by. I'm just getting the vibes that they're going to show these individuals what it's like to be stopped. Hold on, let me cut this comment section off. I ain't got a time for some weirdos to come up on here. All right, there we go. Fuck out of here. So these individuals are going to be shown the legitimate way of what it means to surrender to legitimate authority, what it looks like. Because these individuals that's been doing this to somebody, they're all going to get defeated. They're not going to keep on attacking and attack. That's all in reverse. They're going to fall from grace publicly, and they're going to be exposed for all this misconduct. This is going to be all over the news, I promise you. This is going to be on the news. This is them falling from grace, being publicly humiliated and embarrassed all over the news. They're going to get exposed for having conversations with children, to crime against children. That's going to get exposed too. These individuals think that they're doing something. No, 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 no. Yeah, you're doing something all right. You are just egging a situation on just so external level forces can actually intervene. I'm predicting how some of this is going to go down with the Wheel of Fortune. Just give me the vibes of like this is something that will take place with the Wheel of Fortune. I'm gonna tell you exactly how this is going to happen. They could show up around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's definitely the daytime here. This could happen on like a sunny day, but without the clouds out. It's just going to be the sun. There's no clouds in the sky. Like the Five of Swords usually depicts like clouds, etc. And you see how the gray is in reverse? That means that this is going to be a sunny day to where it's blue. Sky is going to be blue. And it's just going to be the sun outside. It's going to be a hot day. And there come these individuals rolling in. I'm getting they could be met at their residence. But there's more than 10 or something more people that are being defeated. I'm also paying attention to what's in the background on this card. Wow, I'm hearing there's someone that's been alerted in Washington, D.C., at FBI headquarters. Oh, oh, yeah, you're done. You're done. That's their main building. Oh, cool. This ain't no local field office, bro. This is a fucking. Oh, damn. Excuse, you know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, but damn. So that would be a good ways of traveling. Look, 301s, that's a long distance travel. But guess what? They're going where they gotta go. They're going straight to this situation, to this group, to handle up on a group here. Wow. The main reason why I'm getting Washington is because of all the buildings, etc. So they got a lot of buildings, and they're going away from there. So that means they're leaving that location and they're going elsewhere at a long distance. Yep. Some of these individuals could be traveling down south because of this negative energy right here. This could be them up there as a federal overwatch, not overwatch, oversight. Federal oversight, and down here you have dark energy. But this right here is gonna completely demolish this negative energy. So they could be going down south. Oh, look at that snake right there. This give me the vibes of karma coming back and biting individuals for doing something. This could be different pages being used. There's someone doing. You see how that looks like a like button? That could be interpreted as social media. These individuals are doing something involving. And look at the animal. There's animals, and there's something that's coming back to bite these individuals that has been doing something very explicit and inappropriate over the internet. And these individuals up here, if this is some federal oversight, look at them taking notes. There's someone sitting there watching too and gathering information. FBI colors is blue and yellow too. And you got blue and yellow right here with the stars. If you pay attention to the emblem, the stars, they're yellow. And look at right here. Look at the symbolism of what's on the front of that chariot. I don't know how many of y'all out there are familiar with a federal badge, FBI badge, but they got the Department of Justice, and then they have the wings on top, and then they have the badge right there. They have wings on top of their badge. You have blue and yellow again. Blue and yellow. It may not look all the way like that, but it's just all in the imagery. You got the stars, which will be their emblem like this. Then you have the badge, which wings on top of it. Then you have what's known as a SWAT truck, which is a heavy vehicle, which this right here looks heavy. Then you have individual, even though this isn't, I don't know what you call this right here. I know it's an Egyptian head, but you got individuals that's sitting up here taking notes. It's like someone speaking. They got notes. They got notes right here about what has been going on, taking place down here. And this right here, you know what this is interpreted as? That right there would be the SWAT truck, right? FBI SWAT. Then you have the Yukon, the Chevy Yukon. Then you have the Sprinter vans, I want to say. It's like, you know how they got the Mercedes vans? It's basically like a cargo van, like without the windows on the side. It's a solid white van, etc. Yeah, whoever these individuals are has been doing something, bro. Like man, this ain't good for these individuals. They gonna wish they ain't never did that. Whatever this is, some of you damn sure ain't gotta worry about if this is connected to an ex or an ex love interest of yours. You ain't gotta worry about that no more. The three of swords reverse. Yeah, these individuals with the full reverse. What's the cards of advice? Bro, for the headquarters to be alerted about something that this serious, there's something wrong. The devil reverse. What's the cards of advice? Keep standing your ground and protecting yourself with the seven of wands. Five of wands. Okay, you're actually gonna win this situation. Keep standing your ground. Cards of advice for you is to be strong. Some of you out there may have to move out of where you're at with the Five of Pentacles. Like, I'm looking at someone that's outside all this in the background. It's like someone's in nature. They're away from this type of place. Some of you are being guided to actually isolate yourself at this time. Some of you, you're already conditioned to be isolated. Isolation may not bother you. For some of you, you don't even perceive this as isolation with you being alone. For some of y'all, I would actually leave. Wherever some of you out there are at, like this place is not healthy at all. All these individuals fucking do is do witchcraft and abuse. It's like these individuals harvest off energy, harvest off of witchcraft, and this right here is all about animal cruelty. That's all these individuals keep on doing. What's the final closing message? Lord, Wheel of Fortune again. Oh, King of Pentacles reverse. Three of Cups. Ten of Swords reverse. The ending card. Scorpio energy. The Moon. King of Swords again. Page of Pentacles. Magician reverse. Knight of Swords. The Fool reverse. Nine of Cups reverse. Some of you out there, you have a King of Swords in your energy that may be around you. This is definitely an authority figure. This man ain't too enthused with what this King of Pentacles reverse is trying to manipulate this King of Swords into doing. And whoever else is supporting this bullshit ought to be ashamed of themselves. Some of you actually have an official that thinks that you're a cool person that wants to be there for you. And they got evidence on someone manipulating something. They got evidence on some tyrants. This could be an individual that may have had to cloak themselves to the Moon card. There's an official that recently discovered the fact that you was being hurt by an extortionist. Whatever someone's trying to manipulate against you, that shit ain't gonna work. With the Seven of Pentacles, the very no, 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 no. All right, so this King of Swords knows about the new moon. This is a very dark energy. These individuals are continuously projecting and projecting and projecting and are actually sacrificing animals and are doing things to hurt children. This King of Swords got evidence of this with the Page of Pentacles. He's also got evidence on these individuals engaging in what is this? This could be interpreted as sex rituals. This right here is all connected to the dead. This King of Swords got some information on the abuse of a corpse. These individuals are also angry at the fact that they can't sit there and swap destinies with someone. Their destiny is to be exposed for the true predators they really are. And all these individuals keep on doing is retaliating and retaliating, retaliating. This official could be a K9 with the dogs right here. This could be a K9. I like how the sword is pointed straight forward, like straight upwards, towards someone that is very, very, very corrupt. This King of Swords don't like this dude. He don't like this dude. This King of Swords don't like another official in his surroundings, bro. This man could be married. He's got a ring on his finger. I'm not really gonna get too much into specific details, but he could be a married official. And there's a King of Pentacles, the versus in his surroundings that he don't like. He don't like this dude. He possibly got some information on this individual manipulating something. This King of Swords knows this individual up here is trying to use somebody else that's a fucking predator and trying to switch destinies with something that you got going on. And this King of Swords like, oh no, 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 no. It's like the King of Swords is in the energy as I say, this is the criminal. This is the criminal. This is the criminal. What's the matter? You can't hold one of your own accountable? No, because this is the sacrifice. That's why. This is the fucking sacrifice. They want the wrong individual sacrificed. So there's something definitely changing. So what's going on with some possible authority figures? King of Wands reverse again. There's a hell of a lot of manipulation, abuse, lying. tyrant energy. They're out of control. So what's going on with the officials? Four of Swords. One of them done had a reality check. They had a reality check. Could be a Libra or a Gemini. High Priestess reverse, Six of Swords reverse, Page of Cups. Yeah, some of them are walking away. Eight of Cups. Some of them are walking away and they want to apologize to someone. This could have been one of the officials that could have been following some of y'all out there with the Six of Swords reverse. They want to apologize about that. The World reverse. It's like, wow, someone has a cycle ongoing and ongoing and ongoing that don't want to end an injustice out. There's maybe one or two of them that are in this Page of Cups energy that wants to apologize because of something to do with an older woman. Yeah, look at that. Seven of Swords reverse. It's like they don't want to hide what has been done to you. And they have also been ignoring their intuition for a while. But it's like there's no longer things hidden. Someone's caught. There's an older woman that one of them or several of them wants to apologize to you about with the Empress reverse. One of them has a peace of mind and clarity that you're not connected to this. It's an older woman. Whoever this official is in this energy, they're doing the right thing by walking away. Even though the cycle may still be ongoing and ongoing and ongoing, this is what this officer is going to make a leader. It's like they're going to become a leader, and you know what's going to happen? People going to follow their lead because it takes a leader to walk away from a bunch of followers. I'm also getting someone is not following unlawful orders either. They have a right to not follow unlawful orders. So someone's trying to relentlessly trying to keep a cycle on going to lie on you in hopes to get you in trouble with the law. This individual right here has a changed perception that this is not okay for them to do this to you. Other ones can keep on doing all they want. But as far as this one right here, no, they're not. No, no, no. And someone can't stand to feel like, bro, it's like it's a problem for some of these individuals that know this is wrong to be good to you. One of them could give a shit less. Like, you deserve kindness, but you deserve to be treated with respect, and you deserve an apology because of the shit that you keep on having to go through. I'm gonna tell you right now, this whoever this King of Swords is, or several of them, know that you're a good person, and it's just somebody keeps on trying to manifest trouble for you, and they know about it. And all while the other ones are following all these unlawful orders, it's like this one or a few of them is like, nah, they gonna walk away from that because by law, an official has the right to decline unlawful orders. They have the right to decline unlawful orders that's meant to violate color of law under the Title 18 USC Section 242. They have the right to decline fabricating or following the individual for no reason to fabricate. Some of these officials have found out that you was being lied on by other crooked officials, and the information I got to them, and it could have been kind of new on the force. And it's like this shit was manipulated for a long time until they seen for themselves that, hey, where are the messages coming from? They caught it. Something possibly tugged on one of these individuals' intuition to let them know that, hey, don't go along with that. There could be something about a snowball stand. Look at that. Don't that look like a snow cone? Bro, that's the first time in a tower reading I ever channel a snowball stand. Bro, hey, I remember every read that I do, the details. This is the first time that I channel a snowball stand from this imagery. That looked like a sugar cone, and it got ice cream on top. Something very significant about, like, this could have something to do with an injustice that took place around that location with the justice reverse. What's under that? Ace of Pentacle reverse and the Seven of Swords reverse. Someone's gonna get caught using someone's identity. And I'm getting that if someone was by a location involving that, they could be catching somebody else that was behind some type of messages with the Seven of Swords reverse. Maybe someone could be having flashbacks too, with the world being in reverse. It's like flashbacks. If they go back to this time, they're gonna catch someone doing something extremely corrupt and illegal to you. Some of them are not happy about having a like this all about like them being forced to fabricate shit with the Seven of Pentacles reverse. They're not happy about this because they know who you are. Some of you could be Aquarius, Libra, Pisces, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, Libra, Taurus. Some of these, like, there's a few percentage of them that mean you no harm. Even though this is ongoing, you got the Page of Cups, Six Swords reverse. They know you ain't got a damn thing to do with this justice reverse. You ain't behind sending messages. And something could be flashing back through someone's head here. Maybe there's a side to someone that may feel the need to confess to you and to let you know who this was that was doing this to you. But it's like there's someone in the background that's like, oh no, no, keep it a secret, keep it a, and this person like, ah, fuck that shit. Bro, whoever this official is, that may be in this energy as to say, the hell with keeping this a secret. That's the one that actually is having some type of like reality check or wake up call with the Seven of Cups reverse. Not everybody is meant to be perfect, but I mean, some of them could be manipulated into doing things that they're really not aware of. It's like that in the past, there was a lack of situational awareness. Nobody's perfect, but I'm getting that someone don't like the scales being tipped upside down when you're damn well innocent here, and this person has figured this out. Okay, so you do have an official that wants to apologize. You may actually receive an apology from one of them that comes clean. They could give a shit less about this individual. Oh well, if you going to tell them the secret, then you could leave. And it's like fine with them. Fine with them. They supposed to be there to protect you from criminal activity, not to sit there and fucking lie and do all this. You know what this is? This right here with the blue. Someone could give a shit less about the blue code of silence, because that ain't what it's supposed to be. That means trying to cover up certain things, but this was hurting you. It could have got your ass in serious trouble. Now I'm not sitting there saying that to scare people, but it's what's coming through my cards. This right here, getting caught, expose your innocence. Aquarius energy, double Aquarius, lady. You could be a lady. You could be an Aquarius lady. Lady. Mhm. So what's the apology about? What's the apology about? Delaying something. Look, there's the same thing up here. Look at that. For causing delays, doing something over and 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 over. Clarify the wheel of fortune reverse. Not learning their like not refusing to acknowledge what their intuition was trying to tell them. They ignored their intuition. Look, Ten of Swords reverse. They want to apologize about you not being an enemy and victimizing people. Like someone try to manipulate something to get you to appear as if you're hurting people like this, but you're not. You the one that's actually being fucking hurt. They also want to apologize for not defending you, because it's like this all about letting somebody get hurt. But it's like this give me the vibes of they want to apologize for not defending you. Therefore, it's going to lift this Ten of Swords out of you, because there was a lot of individuals that was engaged in a backstabbing, lying on you, fabrication with the Seven of Pentacles reverse. It's like a whole group of these individuals. And yet you gotta be one person taking on all. It's like, bro, this right here is weighing down heavily on one of these officials' mind right now. Their consciousness. Oh, so that would explain why that King of Swords may not like somebody. Clarify the Ten of Swords reverse. Yeah, this King of Swords, or a few of them know you wouldn't hurt anybody. You know, harm to anybody. King of Wands. But there was someone in the background that was very passionate about doing something explicit and inappropriate. Clarify that. King of Pentacles reverse again. So this individual clearly knows who the problem is. This individual is an extortionist. Let me go ahead and see how some of these individuals feel about this being done to you. Some I'm getting at, they do feel like this is wrong. This is wrong to do this to you. Even though the cycle may be continuing, there's some of them that are indeed walking away because they know this is wrong. And I'm also getting some of them are not going to engage in following unlawful orders. They're walking away from that too. It's their job to disregard unlawful orders and to document that down. Because whoever's giving these bullshit ass orders are trying to assign an innocent person to be hurt or set up with fabrication, that would be color law, bro. That right there is attempted aggravated kidnapping connected to attempted malicious prosecution. Therefore, it's not going to be a lawful arrest at all because of the criminality that's beyond it under federal law jurisdiction. That's going to be under Title 18 USC Section 241 and Section 242. 242 would be deprivation of your rights under color law violations on an aggravated level. Yeah, look at that. Eight of Swords reverse. Trying to put you in the Eight of Swords. How does some of the officials feel about this being done to somebody? They look, this is terrifying to them. This is I'm hearing nerve wracking. This is nerve wracking, bro. This is like a nightmare to these officials. They feel this ain't the right thing to do. Eight of Pentacles reverse. They know that this ain't gonna work. They feel like this ain't gonna work out. Look, they feel like they need to close the cycle. So this right here is gonna verify that some of them do indeed have good intentions towards you, and this right here is protection. Some of them do feel the need to protect you and to stop something completely with the World card. Two of Wands reverse, the Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups. They're not celebrating this. They don't think this is funny. It could be three of them that don't think this is funny. Four of Cups reverse. Look, the Moon reverse, Cancer energy. They're scared, but some of these officials are scared. The Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Ten of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords reverse. They feel that they have enough clarity in order to not carry something out what it looks like. And they could give a shit less who got something to say about it. Who wants to run their mouth or who wants to go against that? Some of them could feel like a bitch with the Three of Cups reverse. Or they could feel this some bitch shit to do this shit to you. They feel like they had a divine wake-up call. Hell, maybe one of them, as long as this been going on, some of them haven't had a face-to-face interaction with some of y'all out there. And it's like, if some of them seen you face-to-face, it's like, whoa, whoa. This is an earth angel, bro. This scaring these individuals actually has them in the energy of compassion. They feel compassion for you. No, they don't think this is funny. They don't feel like this is a laughing matter, something to laugh at. This is not something to celebrate at all. I'm also getting some of them care less if they got family that's connected to this or not that were involved with it. They don't care about none of that. They don't celebrate that bullshit. They don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like that. There's a side of these individuals that feel that they can make this situation better. And the truth of it is they can. They can. They can make it better. Because whoever's giving these bullshit, unlawful, corrupt orders can be overpowered by the same individuals that's taking these orders from them. This is what these individuals may not be aware of, or they could be awakening to that. They could have this individual arrested that keeps giving these orders, bro. An officer is an officer. When they have probable cause, this probable cause due to numerous amount of unlawful orders to commit color law violations, don't these officers not realize that they could turn this against this individual and lock them up for that? There's more of these officers than this one King of Pentacles in reverse, aren't they? Or King of Wands reverse, aren't they? Exactly. Exactly. You want a better force? Remove these two corrupt individuals out of there and see what happens. You have the power to do it. You have that power to do it. Don't let this individual bullshit you with illusions. And this is what this individual's scared of. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go do my research to inspire some of these officers that may be in this energy that may feel bad. Because this right here, bro, could rid this problem. If they arrest this crooked extortionist that keeps giving these orders, they can arrest his ass, bro. That's what they need to do. I can't tell them what to do, but that's what they need to do. Because they got probable cause already. If this individual ever threatened them in any kind of way, they could use that against them too. Trying to intimidate, trying to antagonize, like, The thing of it is, they're not there to uphold the blue wall of silence or to sit there and to not hold anybody accountable when they know that they're doing something wrong. When something is being ran that way inside of a department that's supposed to uphold the U.S. Constitution, people's civil rights, and their amendments, and this to be being done, this is not any form of lawful practice or any type of government practice at all. This is criminality, bro. This is criminal activity that are meant to strip and deprivate someone of their rights under Title 18 USC Section 242, which is linked directly into color law violations because that's fabrication, therefore will lead up to a false arrest, failing to keep the individual from harm, etc. That all fits the description of the color law violation. And it's verified under Title 18 USC Section 242, deprivation of your rights. These individuals can also get a 1983 lawsuit, bro, against them for doing that, or this individual. It's like some of these individuals know, like, there's something very significant about if one of these individuals or some of them maybe trying to clown you in a kind of way to where they trying to talk shit as if you don't know anything. Apparently, you know enough to put these individuals in the nine of swords energy. Whoever's trying to clown this energy, you got some of them sitting there looking at these individuals and say they're the clowns. Let me go ahead and research. Can a police officer arrest a captain or a chief? Their own captain or chief. Yes, they can. Yes, a police officer legally has authority to arrest their own captain or chief, as police powers apply to everyone regardless of the rank. While rank dictates administrative command, the law applies equal to all officers. Who? Exactly. Probable cause is key. Exactly. I just got through saying that. Probable cause is key. I'm going to tell you what a probable cause is. All they got to do is go back through all the fabrication and retrieve if they could get the body cam footage of how long this has been being done, because it's going to have it on their body cam what they was doing on a device, who they was talking to on a fake account, fake pages, all that fabrication, whatever was being fabricated. They could go back and extract all that and use that against this extortionists and get their ass out of there. that is probable cause. Because that's going to prove the intent beyond the color law being violated. Therefore, they can actually turn that in to the FBI too. Because why is this corrupt individual giving these unlawful orders for these officers to violate color law in the first place? That ain't serving and protecting. Is there anywhere under the U.S. Constitution, civil rights, or amendments does anything under those categories fit a description of one of these individuals violating color law? Let me look up this law in Louisiana where I'm at. Not the color law, but they can arrest a captain or a chief in Louisiana. Yes, a police officer in Louisiana can legally arrest their own captain or chief or any other superior officer if there is a lawful cause. Under Louisiana law, rank does not confer legal immunity from arrest. Probable cause under Louisiana Code of Criminal Procedure Art 213, any peace officer can make an arrest without a warrant if the person commits a felony or a misdemeanor in their presence, or if the officer has reasonable cause to believe the person committed an offense. Warrants. It says practical considerations, conflict of interest. While the arrest is legally valid, subordinate officers will rarely make an on-the-spot collar for non-violent minor offenses. But it says it right here that yeah, they do have the right to do that in the state where I'm at. I'm gonna go ahead and give my last sound advice. I'm gonna let Archangel Michael, I'm gonna let the Lord Jesus Christ speak through me. Go ahead and pick my cards up. There's any officers from my hometown watching this video right now. This is gonna be a powerful message from the Most High. And I advise them to take this to their heart and soul, what I'm about to say. You have the legal authority under the Supremacy Clause. These U.S. Supreme rulings that bind these corrupt practices being done against me, when you take the stand and you step up against this individual that's been sitting there conducting these unlawful orders and doing things to try to get my freedom taken from me and harm, by you taking a step forward and confronting this individual, investigating them, and building a case on this coward that's been doing this to me, while you have the authority to make an arrest, to arrest this extortionist, by you conducting an arrest warrant on this individual and getting them out that police department, this right here is going to show the FBI that there are people that can indeed change their ways and actually make a community safer and better and not create this illusion as if everybody is safe when indeed they're not. Because this type of activity that I've had to go through at the gas stations, with people lingering in at the gas pumps, lingering in the parking lot, sitting there stalking me, that's a crime against public order, which indeed it is a state violation on a local level, because that's going to be crime against public order. That means solicitation or any type of prostitution, loitering, etc. That all fits the description of crimes against public order. But with the officers doing their job the right way, that at the time that they catch suspicious vehicles sitting in these parking lots or these gas stations, because I want to say it's illegal to sit in them for a certain amount of time without doing anything, without no legitimate cause, which would be, once again, loitering. Me as a citizen, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe whenever this activity is being done to me. I am not protected at all. And it's gotten to the point to where I'm always on guard. I'm aware of myself. I'm not hyper vigilant or always looking around for a threat. I can feel it intuitively. Some of these individuals that has been sitting in these vehicles, I'm gonna let these officers know something real quick. Some of these individuals that's been sitting in these vehicles have been fabricating things on me and lying on me and making false reports back to this department. Now, some of you out there may have been unaware or you may have been manipulated or coerced into doing things to me, but I'm gonna advise you right now to seize all action against me and to prohibit any further harm under the U.S. Supreme rulings, which is a supremacy clause, and under federal law jurisdiction. I mean no harm to none of y'all. When I'm out there in a public setting, I go to the store, I'm there to shop like a normal person, okay? I'm there to get my groceries. When I go out there to ride my e-scooter, I'm out there to enjoy the sunlight and enjoy my freedom because that's something that I cherish the most. As a spiritual being, there could be $500,000 in front of me. There could be $1,000,000 in front of me. Freedom is what I cherish because my soul has the ability to breathe. When I'm out there riding my e-scooter and I'm out there jamming my techno music in my car, and I decide to leave town out of nowheres and I go to nature across the bridge, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I can feel these rituals being done upon me as a scapegoating sacrifice. I know this is a secret society sacrifice. I can feel it, I'm aware of it, and I don't consent to this or agree to this being done to me. This is wrong, it's satanic, and it has no morality whatsoever. For the things that has been done to me on a very, very, very dark, sacrificial level, on a spiritual level to me, I don't approve of that. To the ones that may feel bad, that may have a conscience about them, I do forgive you. But I will speak up and let it be known in a calm manner. As I say that whoever is giving you these orders and whoever is telling you that this is okay to do this to me or promise some type of payout, do not listen. Because it's your job and duty as a police officer to protect me. Just how if I was to see you, if somebody was on the side of the road giving you a hard time and someone was trying to hurt you, it's my duty to protect you as a citizen to stop this individual from trying to hurt the officer. When you have a good heart and a good soul about you, and you're there to protect people, people of that community are going to remember that. Just because I may not have family around this community where I'm at, I should not be treated no different. Because what has been done to me for a long time, ever since I stayed in that 3-bedroom house, even a little before that, is wrong. I have videos and evidence of the suffering, what I had to go through. I've documented this down on private live streams of me pulling my cards at the times that also set by my home, by the 3-bedroom home, whenever I was staying in it in 2023 to 2024. And the pages kept coming up in reverse. The Hierophant kept coming up in reverse. The Justice reverse and the Six of Pentacles reverse. With the Queen of Pentacles reverse, King of Wands reverse, and Queen of Wands reverse kept coming up. Sometimes the King of Swords will come up in reverse. I remember the cards that I kept pulling. And I would spend hours on a private live stream whenever I was staying in that home to validate my innocence as I say, hey, something's being done right this minute. I feel it intuitively. And sure enough, I pull it through the cards. Someone is catfishing. Page of Cups reverse, and they're doing something sickening too. The Devil and the Moon and the Hierophant card. The Hierophant come up in reverse, the Moon upright, and the Devil upright. Something is being done on a very explicit, dark, it's like an abusive level. That's inappropriate. That's what was being done to me through those catfishing accounts. And this is what I felt in that 3-bedroom house. Every time I try to lay down, brother, get me peace and quiet, someone would be fucking with me behind the scenes. I could feel it. And not long after I feel that feeling, I go to leave my residence to go to get me something to eat. There's a cop sitting by my house. Exactly. And that's when I had to get on the phone with the FBI to contact them. And I said, look, I may not have no physical evidence on who this may be. That's beyond doing this, but I'm gonna tell you who it is. And I've identified them from I gave them the information on who this was, who was behind that, what was being done to me. Even though they couldn't have no physical evidence back then to spark off an investigation, it was still documented. And I told them I'm a clairvoyant. And believe it or not, it shocked me at how they didn't judge me. They said they was interested in hearing about that, about, tarot. Even though tarot can't be used in a court of law, it's still, bro, like me reading these cards, but like I'm not sitting there bragging or getting in my ego in any kind of way, but I'm very skilled at what I do. I'm able to read energy. I've actually had a Mason not too long ago that was fascinated about the way that I'm able to read when energy is being bended and manipulated. I'm not going to say any names, but a Mason shook my hand and knows that I know a lot about frequencies, energies, etc. It's just I don't have to have tarot cards or any type of divination to tap in. It's already a unique gift since birth. Ever since, as far as I can remember, ever since the year of 1995, I remember that I've always had the gift to see spirits, to detect people's aura. I can see people's aura around them. And I was always able to pick up when something is uneasy, something ain't right about a house, or something ain't right about somebody. I can sense it. And this is without any type of tarot or divination. But I just want to get this off my chest to let the officers know where I'm at. That if you feel guided, like the message could resonate, y'all could take it as an inspiration. When you know something is wrong, accept that feeling, accept that knowledge, and go by morals. Because it's your duty to override that type of corruption. Because people, believe it or not, youngins out there look up to you as a hero. Back whenever some of us was growing up, you know how we seen the police, even though they're kind of being intimidating and scary because of how the cars look. They got the cage and the back part. Well, this was back when they had the Crown Victorias, etc. They'll have the bumpers on the front. It's meant to look intimidating. Even though you ain't did nothing wrong, like what, like whenever an officer gets behind you like that, even though they don't put their lights on, it's just some of us ever since a young age, it's been kind of intimidating. But at the same time, when someone's trying to hurt you and you call them for assistance, you know what they're supposed to be there to do? To protect you from harm. Somebody trying to hurt you, they're supposed to show up to the scene, and whoever it is trying to harm you, to take care of that. That's their job. That's their duty. Because that's the actual law. That's a lawful order. That's the law. The law is supposed to be followed by God's law, bro. It's in the Bible. The government's supposed to protect you. Anybody that works in a government position, especially the law, is supposed to take God's word, not the Baphomet, bro. Because there's two gods. And I'm not going to sit there and have these individuals confused or misguided to think that this is okay to serve some type of secrecy or blue wall of silence to the Baphomet. No, I'm going to object that under U.S. Supreme rulings and also federal law jurisdiction. What you think the U.S. Supreme rulings protect individuals from when it comes to their rights being violated on a local level? Why do you think they have so much binding that takes place? Because the U.S. Supreme, that right there is the ultimate power. That's the highest court, the highest ruling. And I'm going to tell you what worked through that judge, the Most High. That judge that made that ruling was done from the Most High to protect people. Why you think it means that the supremacy clause, when it comes to the U.S. Supreme rulings, why you think that it puts a bind on federal, state, and locals? What you think binding means? It means they have to comply. That means if something is being done that's wrong, that's in violation of your rights, U.S. Supreme rulings have the power to overpower that. And at the end of the day, these individuals have to comply to it. It says it in there that the Department of Justice even is going to have to comply to it. You know what the Department of Justice is? Federal. So if the Department of Justice has complied to those rulings, then so has the state and the locals. But where I'm at, we just gonna talk about the locals. I don't have no experience with the state police. We're gonna leave them out of there. Because I don't have any experience. I'm not gonna sit there and give them a bad name because I have no experience with them. But the last few times, like I come across them on the highway, it's like they left me alone. They don't fuck with you. I don't know about anybody else, but they don't fuck with me. But anyways, when it comes to, excuse my language, when it comes to the locals, then there you go. Instead of being mean to them or being angry and getting agitated, I'm gonna just give my advice and advise them to go look up the U.S. Supreme rulings when they get a chance. Look up federal titles, sections, and codes, United States codes, and look up the Title 18 USC, Section 241 and Section 242. Do a deep research on that, and let that process for a little bit. And go back and look at whoever keeps on telling you to try to do all this shit to me, and see what where the power really is at. It's gonna be with federal law, because what this individual is doing, having these officers do to me, is violate federal law, obstruct my federal constitutional protected rights, and also being seen to be obstructing U.S. Supreme rulings, which can get a warrant out for their arrest because of contempt of court. They could face heavy fines and imprisonment. Whoever this individual is that thinks that they could just overpower just anybody, you're wrong, dude. Because I promise you, it's gonna be a fun time in that courtroom when I'm in there in that federal courtroom. If it has a chance to make it there, it's gonna be a fun day for me and a horrible day for you. Because being in a defendant position as an official, that ain't gonna set too right with you, bro. It's gonna put you in your head and get you to be thinking about a lot of things as me being a plaintiff in there, as a victim to this type of corruption. But I'm not gonna sit there and have myself viewed upon as a victim. I'm a warrior. But in the judge's eyes, they're gonna view you as victimizing me when it's supposed to be your duty to protect me. Not sit there and see what you can manifest through other officials in order to try to get something to have something set up. well, this looks a certain way, so let's just blame them for everything just because something is out of the ordinary, something is out of line. You know what I tell them? Where's the camera proof at? They can't prove it on camera, then there's nothing that they can say. They don't know what goes on in my life, bro. The hell I've been through, I'm gonna tell you right now, the hell I've been through, it's like a battlefield and a war. Yes, I have extreme PTSD. Some of the vets that served in the army, the military, they are aware of that. Where I'm at locally, they pretty much can understand and have compassion when it comes to that PTSD, because that ain't a joke, bro. All it takes is just one flashback or a certain sound or a certain scenery, and you get put in this flight or fight response mode. Therefore, it triggers survival. It shouldn't be like that. Because in my surroundings where I'm at, when I happen to see one of the officers, not really all of them, depending on who it is, some of them I just like here recently I get like a calm feeling. But there's still a few of them to where I just get this unsettled feeling. But anyways, that's my testimony on my situation. It's not a crime for me to be a spiritual person. It's not a crime for me to go out there and ride the e-scooter, which I'm not saying they're trying to accuse me of committing a crime with just riding a scooter. No, but to just go out there and enjoy my freedom. And anytime that they have like an officer interaction or there's something that they are investigating, I have the U.S. Constitution that protects me under the First Amendment. I have the right to record officers without any type of restraints being put on me, because under federal law that could be seen as obstruction of my First Amendment. It's illegal detainment. Now, if an officer orders you to back up and you don't want to back away and they keep repetitively telling you to back off, then yeah, they do have the right to detain. But if you're at a long distance from the individual and you just recording and you're talking like you're stating your situation, you're stating your information on what you're doing while you're recording, etc., you have the right to talk to the individuals. You have the right to ask them, hey, what crime have I committed? What's your badge number? What's your name? And you're at a safe distance from the individuals. They can't just walk up and just put any type of restraint on you. That's illegal. It would be considered illegal detainment or an illegal arrest. You can't do that, especially when the individual is a long distance away from them. Because in federal law's perception, you're being seen to be obstructing the individual's First Amendment, because it does give the individual the right to record police interactions or anything, no, regardless if it's an investigation or not. They have the right to ask the individuals their badge number, their name, but yet they come over there and grab you by your arm and put cuffs on you in the middle of while you're recording what's being done to protect you. That's illegal. That's illegal. They cannot do that. And there's also a certain amount of time that they have to detain someone too. There's a time limit. When someone clearly states they do not consent to this being done to them, they do not agree, they do not consent, that means that they should not go any further. We're trying to haul the individual or take them somewhere where they really don't want to go and they're not consenting to go. Because that right there, bro, could be a charge on them as kidnapping. It may not be aggravated kidnapping, but it could go as a kidnapping charge. Because they're taking an individual against their free will, do not consent to it. They do not consent to any searches. And that's another thing I'm gonna let them know. When it comes to an intoxicated individual, that's not in their right state of mind, they don't even have the ability to give a proper statement, bro, let alone consent to a search. I don't know how many individuals are familiar with mean drunks, intoxicated people, but they have them out there. How is someone in their right state of mind to give a statement, let alone consent to a search? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, the way that it would be perceived, it's just like a baby. A baby has no awareness on what's going on around them. And when someone's highly it's not on a toxic level like that. But when it comes to an intoxicated person, it's like they may have some awareness, but it's still their perception is impaired. And coercion and manipulation, that right there is a form of antagonize or trying to fish like a fishing technique. But doing that on a mentally impaired or someone that's highly intoxicated, doing that to someone, that right there, bro, could be going back off on them individuals as to say that, hey, they're trying to take advantage of an intoxicated person. And they're not really aware of what's going on. But I'm just going back and going through it when it comes to the searches and when it comes to taking a statement, like they're not in their right state of mind to consent to a search or to give a proper statement. And I'm gonna tell you right now, these individuals are gonna feel real stupid when that person sobers up and they try to do something and the individual says, "Hey, they lied. It was a misunderstanding. They shouldn't have did that. They wasn't in their right state of mind." They may not say it like that. They're really gonna feel stupid. Also advise individuals to go look over, like, if this individual is entire, no matter who it is, they're going to have a history of falling over. They're going to have a history of being pulled over. They're going to have a history of a lot of things, a lot of problems when it comes to them losing their balance, falling over, gashing their head, gashing their arm, and also being pulled over. If someone is a true alcoholic, trying to use someone like that, bro, in order to try to scapegoat someone once again, you gotta be desperate, bro. You gotta have a desperate, evil, demonic, diabolical spirit in order to be in that state of mind, bro. Because I look at that, you trying to take advantage of that man. You trying to take advantage of him. People indeed do lie and they do make mistakes. And it don't mean it's the end of the world. But they need to get two sides of the situation before they sit there, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's manipulation. It's psychological manipulation. That's really all I gotta say. And I'm gonna tell you right now, brother, ones that seen the inside of my home, you think I give a fuck about that? I give a fuck about my home being illegally searched. I give a fuck about that. I got that on camera. I do care about that, but when it comes to like, I could just about imagine what these individuals were saying when they walked in here. I'm gonna tell you why I'm over here, because of what the shit that's been done to me inside that 3-bedroom house. Why you think I'm over here? A trailer that's falling apart. Look at where these individuals live at. You sitting there trying to pick on a man, trying to sit there and do all this to a dude that's got a trailer falling apart. And yet some of these individuals sitting there with a family, they got a nice home. They need to look at that footage and look at where the fuck they stay at. And actually have a reality check as to let that soak in as to say, this man ain't got nothing. Look at the family they got. Look at the nice cars they got. And yet you want to come over here in a broken down fucking mobile home. Trailer that's falling apart. It's been here over 20 something years. Rains all in the walls. The walls are buckling. The windows shatter, like some of the glass is broken because of the frame. Some of the glass is broken to where there's the hole, brother, where the air from the outside comes in. You think I'm gonna sit there and complain all day, every day? Oh, well, I don't live in a nice home. That should tell people right there that being a YouTube star ain't nothing. I'm not here for the fame. But I'm not about to sit there and let these individuals try to reverse a destiny of theirs onto me and try to swap what they really supposed to be in compared to me. Just like I said, and I will say it again, that 2-story house that I always wanted, there's going to be a home in my name. There's going to be a home in my name that's a 2-story house that's going to have a parking garage. It don't have to look fancy. It could be like an old Victorian style 2-story house. That's all I want. It's going to be put in my name, and I'm going to own that house. And I'm going to be at peace. I'm going to have my financial compensation, my reward currency for being able to solve my own case while relentlessly countering a lot of domestic terrorism. And I'm going to have the life of my dreams. And that's something that this demonically depraved individual that's inside this institution don't want for me. It don't matter what you don't want for me, bro. 'Cause let me tell you something right now. You ain't the Lord. You ain't no FBI agent. You ain't no none of that. You ain't no U.S. Supreme ruler. You don't rule not a goddamn thing in my life. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. In Jesus Almighty name, you're gonna go back to hell where you came from, bro. The Lord Jesus is gonna come down here and manifest his angels with all these satanic secret society sacrifices that's been done upon me. Your punishment, you're gonna go to hell for doing that. Jesus Christ is going to send you to hell for doing that to me. This could be from being indicted from FBI, and you get before a federal judge and they look over the violations and they look over what you have been doing involving this graveyard. Every graveyard ritual that was performed upon me, every death ritual that was done upon me, every blood sacrificial ritual that was done upon me, to try to have me scapegoated. Once all that gets before that federal judge, he may just hand down a death penalty up on you because you're not human. You're not human. You're a pointless vessel that has nothing beyond it but demons. You're ran by a legion of demons. You're not human. God's taking notes. Jesus is taking notes. How many times you try to send these cops out and try to harm me and try to put me in handcuffs? He's taking notes, bro. And they got some undercover FBI agents where I'm at. I'm not gonna say who they are. They passing in front of my home, and they seen what happened yesterday. They seen what happened. They seen exactly what the fuck went down. You're being watched. You're being watched. They may possibly have a few locals that may be against that, what you're doing to me. Your day will be met in a federal courtroom soon. I promise you that, bro. You got the nerve to try to manifest some type of sacrifice with my daddy. To try to take advantage of my daddy, bro. You that sick? You that disgusting and sick? Trying to take advantage of a man that ain't even in his right state of mind. And it's, I want to say he's over 70, 75 years old. He's old, bro. You got the man that just sits there and just puts his head down. I could tell when my daddy's in a bad mood or something is attacking him psychologically. He may not say nothing, but I know. God is judging you for doing this to my family. And my cousin that took his life on a boat, from suicide on a boat in 2019, 2019, in the summertime of July of 2019, God knows you was the main one that was behind that. Because my cousin reported numerous amount of times he was being followed, stalked, and harassed. You are the same one that's behind my cousin taking his life. You behind several of people suicides, bro. You behind several of them. Your time on this earthly realm at doing this to people. You think that you hiding? You got these individuals doing this and they think that they big and bad. You misguiding these individuals, bro, to a whole nother. You misguiding them down to the path of hell, because that's where these individuals gonna go if they keep it up. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, God can strike at any given minute. Any given minute, it could come through as an unexpected heart attack, a brain aneurysm. Things just shut down out of nowheres on their body, and boom, they're gone. That's the way that angelic divine intervention can manifest. And that's from all them satanic rituals being done. Because I don't consent to that being done to me. I don't agree to it. I don't consent to that being done to me. I am not a sacrifice. And I'm going to tell you one last time, you leave me and my family alone. You leave me and my daddy alone. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, but the next people that you're gonna be seeing FBI agents. You have no clue who I am. You think that you got the upper hand. Oh well, yeah, he ain't gonna do nothing. He's in handcuffs. You pushing it, bro. You ought to be afraid right now by me being calm, by me not freaking out and being aggravated. That ought to be a warning sign. Because they not just gonna put your ass in handcuffs. They gonna take you to federal prison, bro. And I'm gonna be the man that's gonna be in that federal courtroom the day that you're in front of that judge. I'm gonna watch the judge call the violations out. And if possible, if the judge decides to give the death penalty, I'm gonna ask the judge if it's okay for me to watch. That way I can have my peace. That way I know that demon that's been trying to torment me all this time is gone. And the best part about that situation, the judge has the federal authority to hand down that penalty. I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna be from. It's from every animal that was used under these full moons, new moons, every moon cycle, because this is witchcraft and satanic ritual abuse combined together. It's forbidden ritualistic practices that are being done that are demonic and diabolical. The main reason why the judge may sentence this individual to that because of torturing and abusing animals and sitting there drinking the blood from the animals, bathing in the remains of the animals, sitting there doing inhumane things involving a graveyard, necromancy. And I'm gonna tell you, the judge ain't gonna be prosecuting them for a belief. Oh no, this ain't no belief, bro. It's the things that was being done to have me scapegoated with federal violations upon my right to my freedom, violating and deprivating my rights. You are literally sitting there using these officers, bro, as monitoring spirits. I want these individuals to understand that I ain't bowing down to none of you motherfuckers. You ain't monitoring me. You ain't gonna monitor me because I'm gonna tell you right now, God has his angels monitoring you. And I'm gonna tell you one way that you being monitored through my spiritual gifts. I know what you're doing, bro. I know what you're about. I know exactly what you ain't gonna be doing anymore. I know your name. I know your face. I know what you're about. I know what you're doing inside these cruises. I know exactly what you're doing. There's an FBI agent out there too that knows that I know what you're doing and got the physical evidence on you. I'm gonna keep on speaking. I'm gonna keep on being confident and solid in my approach. That I'm gonna get my justice one way or another, whether you like it or not. Because at the end of the day, the FBI gonna side with me because of me being right about my rights and me being right about this deep-rooted systemic corruption, or however you say that word. It's internal corruption that's not going to be able to be uprooted from a reform. They're going to have to intervene. You want to keep targeting me, bro? You want to keep trying to do this to me? trying to manifest different things to take place just so you can sit there and put restraint on me and keep trying to look for different ways to set me up and to try to take my freedom from me, your ass is going to federal prison. That's where you're going. You are being ordered to stand down under the executive order. I forgot what number it is, but under the executive order that is against people that are violating people's human rights of corruption, they're going to leave me alone. And to those that's in this arrogant energy that thinks that, oh, the FBI ain't going to help him, look where he lives at. The FBI is looking at that and looking at you as I say, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, bro. You think it's cool to do this to a man that's living in this type of environment? That makes you feel better about yourself or something? Huh? They're not on your side. I'm gonna tell you that right now. To these agents that I'm channeling, they're not on your side at all. They hate you. Oh, well, where they at? I don't see them. That's the thing. Why you think it's called undercover? Because they're not gonna be seen until they're getting ready to be fucking seen. You understand me? Just because you've been doing this for year after year after year after year, that right there don't mean that they're not gonna do anything. They can't just rush in, even when someone goes to jail or they're falsely arrested for any type of thing. They can't just do that. There's procedures and orders that they have to follow. Now, if it's an emergency, then yeah, they'll send a hostage rescue team in, which would be HRT. That's where the SWAT slides down them cables from the chopper, etc. From a dangerous hostage situation. Yes, they will do that. But I'm aware let these demons know, bro, because they don't want to leave me alone. And my situation keeps coming through other tarot readers, and these other tarot readers get pissed off because ain't nobody wanted to stop it. But it's like I have faith deep down that there are some genuine, legitimate feds out there that are against this activity, that knows my situation, that knows what these individuals keep doing and don't want to leave me, my father, or my home alone. My daddy has had numerous amount of bikes stolen out his property. He's had bikes stolen from him. And it's the individuals that's been engaged with all this activity are behind where those bikes are at. They were stolen and sold. My daddy ain't got nothing to his name, bro. He got a bike. Goes ride his bike. Yet gets his bike stolen. But no, I picked up this arrogant energy like a few minutes ago. Well, you think the FBI is going to help him out because of where he lives at? If they would see the body cam footage of inside his trailer, that's even more probable cause to get you out of my energy and get me the fuck out of the situation. That's another thing. That's how they would look at it. But there's nothing you can do to manipulate or brainwash individuals that care about me. That know that I'm right about my information when it comes to the law, especially federal law. I don't just do this. I do research. And from what I researched, I sit there and give wisdom on the information and knowledge. And I'm also getting that there's some of the information that these FBI agents ain't never seen a day in their life. They learn something new from it. I'm not saying that in an arrogant manner. It's like the years they've been on the force of federal law. That's the first time they come across information that I shared. It's like, wow. Information is infinite. We would never truly know everything. Just like me, that's why I said before, I'm not this arrogant person that thinks he knows everything. I just know things based off of experience. But to this arrogant energy that tried to have this perception, oh, well, if you think they're gonna help you where you live at? The thing of it is, what you're doing to try to get me, what are you doing for me to be in this type of environment to start with? That's what they're gonna look at. That's what a probable cause is. Keep targeting the man. You sitting in a nice home, you got a fucking fireplace in your house. You still ain't happy, bro? This man is sitting there in a broken down mobile home, rain coming in, rain got the walls buckling on certain parts of the trailer, and you sitting there in a nice home with your family, and yet look at where this man is. Why is he there in the first place? Because of you. Because of you. Because of all the money that was embezzled from our channel illegally. And was used and funneled illegally in order to commit trafficking violations. Just like what happened back in a 3-bedroom house that possibly tried to get me discredited to where the FBI had to kind of be skeptical. But I'm the man that's brave enough to end that how you say that, skepticism, or to end that type of perception of skepticalness. All they got to do is see what you keep on and don't want to stop when it comes to me being out there in the public setting. Even when I'm not out there riding my e-scooter or going to the grocery store, all they got to do is observe and analyze what you continuously keep on doing and engaging in, and looking for multiple things to try to set an arrest up or to set up some type of false imprisonment up on me with a false investigation. And they know why you're doing what you're doing too. It's because I'm a YouTuber. The thing of it is, the individual that's had a hand in this embezzled currency, that has been aware of money being stolen from our channel, and you're not holding the individual accountable that has been beyond doing that to me with using my identity with a social security number, that makes you just as guilty, bro. And you think that you got some type of authority to put cuffs on me? You better think again. I have the authority to have the FBI arrest your ass because of probable cause. That's what a probable cause is. From the digital blueprints of what's beyond my YouTube channel, what has been manipulating it, and how the money has been rerouted of my donations and affecting my ad revenue. Therefore, it could go directly to the IRS. Therefore, they could get a warrant for your arrest too and search your home because of what you've been doing to my channel. Now, you want to play? Just because I'm calm, because you got these individuals swarming my residence, trying to antagonize or trying to manipulate my daddy, and I come out there to protect him, and yet you want to put cuffs on me? Just because I'm calm, but don't mean I got that inner those inner demons swirling because they're there, bro. They're there. I got another side to me. When I'm pushed, it's gonna come out. That's all right. I got you on camera. I got you on camera. That's right. I got you on camera, bro. You're gonna be living in a whole hell of a lot of regret whenever these individuals. It's like, how can this individual that's been engaging with all these violations put cuffs on this guy? Don't you know color law violation doesn't identify as a lawful act? It identifies as a criminal act. Therefore, you really are being seen as a criminal because of how many times this was violated on multiple counts of color law being violated with the fabrication and sitting there conducting an illegal and lawful surveillance connected to a false investigation, deprivation of my Fourth Amendment, violation of my Fourth Amendment. You can't conduct any form of searches up on me electronically or physically. You can't because you don't have legitimate probable cause. And a probable cause, what you're trying to manipulate is a color law violation with fabrication. Therefore, it proves the intent that you are indeed violating color law and committing a criminal act. And to this individual to tell me, whenever I was sitting in the back of the unit, a cruiser, to tell me, well, they know way more than me. They know way more than me. Okay, well, this is the shit that you know, basically. Commit color law violations. That's something to be proud of. Bro, them demons sure are talking. Left or right. You need to go back and listen to that. Because I'm going to tell you right now, what I know about the law compared to what y'all been doing, to have this whole institution raided just like that. We'll see if you still have that same statement in federal court. That's what I tell that dude. You fail to realize that I remember in the year when it was. Whenever I was 17 years old, me and my friend was walking down the street, and three of them come out of nowhere and try to intimidate us, try to search us for drugs, etc., for nothing. And we was just going to walk to the store to get us something to drink at 7 o'clock in the morning. I remember your face. Your department is known to be targeting, illegally targeting, harassing, following, and fucking with people. That's what your department is known for. That negative energy left. I feel it left. These individuals ain't got shit to say. Nah, there is one of them. It was a tall one. It was a taller one. It's like, even though he was in the midst of all that, it's like there's a different energy about him, a slight bit of different energy about him. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and expose this through my cards why that happened to me the other day. Hold on, I got the hiccups. What was the cause of this happening to me the other day? That's the ending to y'all using this earth sign female to steal from my channel and to try to get me in trouble and to try to keep on embezzling money. That's the end of that, bro. That's another thing you're gonna end up in federal court for. Illegal embezzlement of my currency off my YouTube channel with aggravated identity theft along with computer aided fraud. That's what you're gonna be in front of a federal judge for. That's the violations. So what was this that caused this to happen? King of Wands reverse. Look at that. Crooked officials in reverse. Leo, Sagittarius, harassment, Six of Swords reverse. This is retaliation energy. This is retaliation. Three of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Swords reverse. Hey, yeah, this is retaliation because they can't set me up for what a Leo and a Sagittarius has been doing as connected to children. Hermit card. This is a retaliation type of thing. Leo, Tower reverse, and the Three of Cups. This has a lot to do with a Sagittarius male and a Leo female. I'm going to tell you right now, bro, you looking to try to put this Eight of Swords on me. No, you're not. This is an X. And then you have these individuals right here. Sagittarius man, Leo female. And you know who they are. Misinformation, Page of Swords versus misinformation. You just looking for another underhanded thing and all to try to get some money out of me. That's what you're doing. You're a fucking extortionist. That's what you are. You ain't happy because a Leo and a Sagittarius is getting caught, huh? Getting caught for slander? How does feds know what happened to me the other day? How do they perceive that? I want to know their perception on it. What's the Fed's current perception of that? The Empress, Six of Cups reverse, Nine of Wands reverse, Eight of Swords reverse. This is a manipulation. This is exposed. These individuals are losers, bro. They're sore losers. Four of Swords. They perceive this as abuse of authority. They see these individuals also trying to manipulate my daddy spiritually. This is a fall, too. It's all about falling down. And you have a father here, right? King of Pentacles reverse. Okay, so this is crooked officials. They know who's behind this. They see a Virgo man is extremely manipulative. False allegation. Judgment reverse. This is the bro. This Three of Swords reverse. This, yeah, they can't trust these individuals. Three of Cups, they can't trust these individuals. Uh-uh. They see this as nothing but manipulation, misinformation. Just looking for something, brother. Try to put me in the Eight of Swords. That's what it is. This is abuse of power. And they see this as not to be trusted. Five of Wands reverse. This give me the vibes of someone that is standing up, right? That could barely stand up. It's like they lose their balance. The way I'm looking at this, they see these individuals as looking for a way to manipulate someone into lying with the Seven of Swords. They see nothing but deception, bro, around these corrupt ass authority figures. That's who's taking a fall for this. Feds see authority figure with this that has a lot to do with that. They're not meant to be trusted. They're manipulators. Damn. So they see this as not a wise decision at all. And with these two cards being in reverse, trying to find ways to manipulate, to put me in the Eight of Swords. Exactly what I called out yesterday, too. Whenever I was documenting that down. Feds straight up see this as manipulation, abuse of power to the extreme. Why do they see this as abusive? Like, why do they see this as extremely controlling and abusive? Why do they see this way? I'm hearing one of these agents through telepathy. Oh yeah, well there goes Mr. Perfect again. They're talking towards that Virgo dude, whoever he is. Like, oh yep, that's Mr. Perfect. Dude don't ever practice what he preaches. Like that, they know a lot about this dude, bro. The inner card reverse, the strip reverse, Five of Wands reverse. Eight of Swords reverse again. The World reverse. Because they're targeting my daddy. They're targeting my daddy. Five of Swords reverse and the Page of Swords reverse. There's the pages in reverse again. Because they can't complete a cycle at trying to slander and gossip and to do something over and over and over with all these bullshit lies. So yeah, this is a retaliatory type of, yeah, that's how they're seeing it. This is retaliatory because they know they can't put me in jail because of what has been done over and over and over with a Leo with the lion and a Taurus with the bull. That's connected to these individuals. Feds know they ain't got shit with a Ten of Wands reverse. I'm gonna tell you why they're discredited because of what's connected to this cycle and all these other false ass police reports that these cops made about me. That's why. Because what I reported to them, what was being done to me, is accurate. What would the Fed tell me about that with the cards of advice? The fool. Keep living your best life, son. That's what they would tell me. What would the FBI tell me? Cards of advice. Oh, the towel. They would tell me that these individuals are very afraid at what I'm capable of doing in this position that I'm in. And they're telling like they would tell me to keep doing what I'm doing. Don't let these individuals because I'm gonna tell you right now, but they're gonna be going hard with this new moon. They know a lot about these individuals doing some type of necromancy, energy harvesting rituals. They would also let me know if you only knew how scared these individuals are. They're acting out of fear. That's all they're doing. They're acting out of fear because you know your shit with the higher for call. You know exactly what you're doing, and you know how to call these individuals out. They don't like that. They don't like that because they live in illusions. They are an illusion. Some of them have my best interests at heart. They would tell me that, hey, tonight, this new moon that's right here, it's like be prepared, son. Like they gonna be throwing a whole lot of dark shit with the moon. They would just basically tell me if you only knew how scared these individuals are, and by them acting out of fear, it's just making things worse for them. I'm also getting that the FBI could be kind of give me the keep on scaring them, keep on scaring them with how much you know, because eventually you're gonna tear this satanic kingdom down with the Tower card. It's all about like this on a spiritual based level. Keep exposing, keep on telling how much you know about what these individuals are doing. One way or another, this demonic and diabolical energy is gonna leave my life. One way or another. Yeah, exactly. And that's all about fear. Keep scaring the hell out of them. That's what the FBI wants me to do. Keep on scaring them. By me being at my job scares these individuals. And guess what? It's protected under the First Amendment, what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Why am I guessing some of them got my best interests at heart? You know what I'm saying? Because they see things for what it is. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Dude ain't hiding. This King of Pinnacle reverse ain't hiding. Capricorn. Yeah, you're done, bro. James defeat this dude. will Will of Fortune reverse. Look, the Hermit. It's like keep on. Look, you go in a circle with these individuals. Like the more they try to keep this cycle on going, and the more I fight against what they're trying to manipulate my destiny to become, and the more I fight against that, it's bringing them nothing but backlash after backlash after backlash. It's like this dude's done, bro, with the devil reverse. Look, Seven of Swords, Queen of Wands reverse. Look, this individual right here is under the spotlight. They're not playing both sides of the fence with a situation. Five of Cups and a Two of Cups reverse. I'm also getting the FBI feels embarrassed for these individuals. As I say, bro, all these individuals doing this to one man, he's able to outsmart all of y'all. Are y'all really that fucking much of a loser? Cause I'll tell you right now, but the agents ain't nowhere around. It takes one man versus all these manipulators to actually be isolated and still outsmart all these individuals with doing what I'm doing. The main two that's the problem where I'm at is a Leo female and a Capricorn male. These two right here. And they know I know exactly who this one is and who this one is in reverse. This is Leo, Queen of Wands reverse. King of Pentacles reverse is Capricorn. I'm kind of getting this like they're by my side with this Wheel of Fortune reverse. Like them doing all this shit to me over and over and over. It's like FBI is right there. And with that fish being right there, look, you caught them, Scorpio, man. Look, see all this going on behind your back. You caught their ass. these individuals think they so fucking stupid, bro, and lost in their ego. They ain't even paying attention that they don't got a fucking parachute on. They just jumping. It's like these individuals love to just jump into things that really don't think about what they're doing. Hmm. I'm hearing some of these individuals say that's a hell of a ride, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? Without the four-wheel drive, you know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about no four-wheel drive here, but still though. But some of the feds is like, man, this person right here got wiped out. They ain't controlling up with this king of cup. Nah, you got the wrong guy, bro. It's like I'm getting like the water energy, how deep my intuition really is, how strong it is, and how I was able to catch all this fishy things being done behind my back. See how it's right there? Look at this. Call them. You can't manipulate the current to water, bro. You can't. You can't do that. You can't. Fixed sign's gonna win because I'm a Scorpio, so I'm a fixed sign. It's gonna win over this energy. It's like these individuals are trying to fight against the current. Because me, I'm known as a water sign, right? And I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, you could be the biggest, baddest person, toughest person out there, big arms. Go and try and swim against a current and see who's gonna win. See who's gonna win. That shit gonna carry your ass out there, bro. I'm telling you. You're gonna get tired. Yeah, you gonna get tired real quick. You gonna get tired. You gonna get tired. It's an analogy that matches with reality. I don't care how big they are, how skilled they are of a swimmer. They could be a professional swimmer. Anybody that tries to swim against a current, they're not going to win. They're not going to win. That's the vibes I'm getting here. That's like, hey man, this guy is on his life purpose. You jumping in these waters and trying to hold this guy back. He's bruh. The more they try to hold me back, bro, the more it's like they just tiring themselves out, tiring themselves out, tiring themselves out. Because it's in my destiny to go where I'm going. There's also hopes, like they can have some form of hopes or inspirational energy. And it's like they hope I pick that up. Like whenever they see me and like down in the dumps, they want me to be inspired. Remember how far you came. This wheel right here ain't gonna be spinning like that forever. That's this individual's karma. It's like this energy right here, bro, is gonna move straight through this wheel of fortune reverse. Cause this is an unnatural. It's like it's unnatural energy and it's manipulation. This energy is gonna overpower that. Feds also see a warlock. Warlock's being his bro. Warlock's backside is being handed to him. This warlock's get fucked up, bro. I'm telling you, like how deep my intuition is, bro. Like this fucking this individual all up. Good. But anyways, this is what I have for the reading. This was like a personal read towards the end for myself. But y'all take it easy out there. Much love to y'all. The donations link will be in the description box below. And I'll see y'all some other time. Peace.